Hi guys, this is Ride Urban back again with another video. Finally getting out a video after 2 years. It's been very hectic. I didn't really get the time to make any videos because of school and college, so I didn't have much time. Now because of the lockdown, I have time. Finally, I'm going to start uploading back on my channel. I think that this is a very appropriate video for this time because you can order your stuff right now, and before you start riding again, you will get all these parts and you can you know uh, exchange them on your bike, replace them on your bike, and you'll have a much better bike that you will enjoy much more riding, and you will have a better time on your bike. So to start off, when you ride your bike, you need something nice to hold on to, because if you have like crappy grips which do not lock on, they'll keep spinning and you might end up crashing because of them. So the grips I would recommend are these ones. By the way, this is not a sponsored video. I am not supported by Decathlon or Bums on the Saddle. This is just my opinion, and this is what I personally run. So that's why I'm sharing all these things to you. The grip I would personally recommend would be this one, because it's a really nice grip. It's ergonomic. It has an ergonomic design. I'll show you here. You can see it has all the curves and bumps you need. It's a really nice pair of grips, and the collar clamp kind of goes under the. If you can see here, it goes under the grip, so it doesn't look bad. Plus, it has these metallic end caps, which, trust me, if you're mountain biking and if you don't have good end caps, you'll have a very terrible time if you crash and you end up thrusting your handlebar through your limbs. It's a very bad thing, and trust me, getting a bike with good, getting grips with good bar end is something really necessary. So I know that these are for 1,000 rupees, but trust me, if you go to these grips, you will not go back. If you trust me, you can go for them. So, and yeah, it might depend on the on availability, on like how soon you will be able to get these. But as soon as the lockdown ends, I'm pretty sure that you will be able to get them. Now, if you do very light leisure riding, and if you need something that is really comfortable, or if you have a bike with no suspension, then I would actually recommend you these grips. These are not a lock-on grip. I wouldn't recommend you take them mountain biking, but these are very comfortable grip, like, because it has these ridges. Your hand is kind of suspended and they can like fold on either side, so they're very comfortable. I have absolutely enjoyed riding on these grips, not specifically for mountain biking, but let me tell you, like, these are really awesome grips, very soft, very good feeling grips. And if you have no suspension, these are a good shout. Now, the biggest difference that you will feel is when you get a wider bar on your bike. Now, if you're doing actual off-roading, you're going to really benefit from this. So, if you have a wider bar, you have more leverage while turning. Plus, when you're sprinting, your hands are like far apart, so your chest opens up, so it's easier for you to breathe when you're actually riding hard and sprinting. So, I personally run these bars. I love them, and so you can see the specs here. It's 720 millimeters wide. It has a 50 millimeter rise, and it has a 9-degree back sweep and a 5-degree up sweep. So pretty normal when it comes to handlebars, but I would absolutely recommend you, if you have bars narrower than 700 millimeters, I would highly recommend you go wider, because it's going to change your life. And if you're going to get new handlebars, I would highly recommend that you get a new stem which is shorter. So this is a 60 millimeter stem, and this is pretty cheap. 600 rupees for a good stem is actually very cheap. Though you can only get this if you have a 1 1/8 inch steerer tube. So the stem here will be able to clamp onto, and the bar has a clamp diameter of 31.8 millimeter, which is the same that this stem has. So this is a very good combo. I would highly recommend this. A shorter stem and a wider bar is the dream, and if you get these grips for it, oh my god, that's the setup that I have on my bike, and I absolutely love it. Now, if you have normal V brakes, or if you have mechanical disc brakes, And if you have plastic levers, then I would highly recommend you go for these levers, because first of all, metal doesn't flex as much as plastic does, and this also gives you a better feel of the on the bike while riding. These are also much better. So on my previous bike I had mechanical disc brakes, and I had the Shimano Easy Fire 51 shifters, which were okay. They had metal levers, but the shifter and the brake levers were integrated. Now the thing I didn't like about that was that you could not individually set the angle of the shifters or the levers, which kind of bothered me, because it's kind of annoying when you when you have to brake and then you accidentally shift because they're at the same angle. If you owned a bike with Shimano Easy Fire 51 shifters, you know what I'm talking about, because the downshift lever is on the top, right beside the brake lever. So that's pretty confusing. It gets pretty hectic. I would strongly recommend these if you have mechanical brakes, be it V brakes or disc brakes. These are a very nice pair of uh, brake levers, and trust me, like you if you there's nothing wrong with them. Like you can't go wrong with these. Now, if you have now, like I said, if you have Shimano Easy Fire EF51 shifters, which are very common on bikes ranging from I think say 11,000 rupees up to like 25 to 27,000 rupees, then I would highly recommend you that you go for these. This is what I had on my previous bike. If you've seen the review of my Firefox Raptor, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So these shifters are very good. They come with an inner cable, which is very good, because if you are changing a shifter, you might as well change the cables out for new cables. These are amazing shifters. They did not show any signs of unusual wear. They are very comfortable, very ergonomic. They work like a dream. Even though it's not a very big brand like Shimano or SRAM or Campagnolo or Rotor, Microshift is coming out with new products. They're innovating, and trust me, this is a bulletproof product. If you just started riding, and if you're wanting to get something better on your bike, if you have a 3x7, you can go for this one. If you have a 3x8, you can go for this one, though it's currently out of stock, and it's a little more expensive. It's the same ergonomics, same everything. We just get that one more shift on the right shifter. There's also a 3x9 option, which you can go for. I think so that's for 2000 rupees, but you can choose whichever one you want, whichever how many gears you already have on your bike. Now if you're riding and if your pedals are slipping, like your chain is slipping off, then I would highly recommend that you get a new chain, because chains do wear out pretty quickly if you don't take care of them properly. And trust me, a new chain is the best thing you can do for your drivetrain. Just it'll be like getting new shoes for your drivetrain, basically, because this is the heart of a drivetrain. No chain, you can't ride a bike without a chain. And uh, one of the things which I would recommend is that you get a multi-tool, because if you get any of these parts, you will be constantly adjusting them as to how you want them to be, how you like them to be. I think so, it will be really great if you can get a multi-tool like this one. It's a very simple multi-tool. It just has six bits on it, which is very comfortable. It has basically everything that you need on your bike, and it has a Phillips head screwdriver. It has a flathead screwdriver as well. If you're a little more advanced with bike mechanics, then I would recommend you go for this 900 tool. It comes with a chain breaker, and it has more bits also. And if you want to start cleaning your bike, which I recommend you should almost every month. If you ride regularly, I think so at least a month you should clean your bike. I would highly recommend that you go for this uh, cleaner brush and set. I don't have this because I use different brushes for my bike, but these are a good way of keeping a bike spick and span. So this set of brushes will get most of your job done with your drivetrain, and I highly recommend that you should buy them. They are a bit on the expensive side. If you don't want to buy them, what you can do is you can take 2 3 toothbrushes, old toothbrushes, which you can find anywhere. You can use those to clean your bike, and it works pretty well. Now, if you are going to clean your bike, then I would highly recommend that you keep some chain lubricant with you, because if you don't lube your chain after cleaning your bike, the chain is gonna rust, and then you're gonna be back on square one. Because if the chain starts rusting, then you're doomed. You might be sprinting and it might break because it has rusted. So I would highly recommend that you buy some chain lube. I would also highly recommend a bike specific bike cleaner, because if you're going to be cleaning your bike, you should be using a bike specific cleaner, or something that is citrus based and is not harmful to paint. And you should try and avoid shooting directly into the components where there are bearings, because you could be shooting the product right into the bearings, and you might wash them out, you might wash all the grease out, and then you'll have another problem. So you need to be kind of careful with how you apply the product. So this is I don't have my bike right now where I am, so I'll soon be going back to my bike, and then I'm gonna make some more videos. So currently it's packed in a box, so I'm gonna be making a video on how to assemble a bike, uh, then and many more videos. You guys can leave down in the comments what sort of videos you want me to make. I'll surely make the videos, and you can let me know if you have any questions or queries. I'll reply to you on in the comments itself, or you guys can go down in the description and you can check out my Instagram. If you have any questions, you can just leave them down. You can just DM me on Instagram, and I'll get back to you with the answer of the same. So it's been great, guys. Fine, good. It feels good to be back on YouTube, and now let's take this channel to at least 1,000 subscribers. That is my goal. It's not a very big goal, but that's a goal I have for myself. 1,000 subscribers would mean a lot to me. So if you guys would, you know, help me get there, it's going to be an absolute dream. So thank you guys for spending your time with me. This is Ride Urban signing out.